Cruise news time. We got some pretty good cruise news today for Carnival cruisers. Carnival speaking out about the new variant and also making an announcement about their pre-cruise testing program. Also, we're about to hit a big milestone when it comes to the cruise restart. That and more. Cruise news. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Lido, Loca. I'm your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news updates. Well, it's Monday. Happy Monday, the 29th of November. About to close this bad boy out. As I mentioned yesterday, I'm just a few short days away from cruising on Norwegian Cruise Line for the very first time, the Norwegian Joy. Appreciate everybody's suggestions in the comments yesterday. This is a cruise that Jenny and I are going on together. So little together time. We're cruising with some of our friends. And so I'm excited not only to have a little Tony Jenny time, but also to experience a new cruise line and a new cruise ship, the Norwegian Joy. Here we come. But I'll be doing some filming. I'll make sure I'll bring you back some footage from the Joy, maybe do some live streams, all that kind of thing. Before we jump into the news, let me quickly thank today's sponsor of the show, Surfshark VPN. We've talked about it. Surfshark, a very good sponsor for us here. Surfshark trying to keep you safe out there on the internet. One of the most dangerous places to be with your personal data is public internet, coffee shops, cruise ship Wi-Fi, anywhere that you're not secure in your home or secure in your business, you run the risk of being exposed to ne'er-do-wells who want to hack into your data and take stuff from you. And so Surfshark VPN, a tool that anybody can use to encrypt their data to connect to the internet through a virtual private network. Surfshark VPN, reason I endorse it, very easy to use, one click, and then also one price to cover all of your devices. And of course, another reason why I enjoy Surfshark VPN is because they always have a great deal for you guys, for the locafam. If you'd like to try Surfshark VPN risk-free, use the link in the description and the promo code LALIDOLOCA to get 83% off plus 4 extra months for free. And yeah, you heard it right, money back guarantee. If you try it and you do not like it, they will give you your money back. Surfshark VPN, thank you for the sponsorship. Let's jump into the cruise news. As I mentioned in the intro, we've got big cruise news stories coming from Carnival, but we also have a really big cruise news story coming from a sister cruise line in that Carnival Corporation, Princess Cruise Lines. One of her premier cruise ships, the Caribbean Princess, coming back into service in Fort Lauderdale yesterday, November the 28th, offering Eastern Caribbean cruises. And I've been on this cruise ship since I was on her. She was updated and modernized. Even when I was on the Caribbean Princess, you could tell that they were moving toward trying to appeal to families, and this cruise ship has continued in that way. They've also integrated Princess's medallion class, medallion technology, which I used on the Majestic Princess, which was really cool. And so exciting times. I'm always excited when a cruise ship that I was on makes it back into service. Sadly, like the Carnival Fantasy, she's gone. She will not be making it back into service. And so I don't know why I have a kindred feeling toward these cruise ships, but it does warm my heart a little bit when I see the name of a cruise ship that I was on re-enter into service. And I know a lot of people love the Caribbean Princess out there, but a great cruise news story for Princess as we have another cruise ship in effect. And it's a good segue to talk about a big milestone that we have reached in the restart of U.S. cruises. Right now, over 75 cruise ships have restarted here in the United States, and we're quickly approaching 100 cruise ships for the cruise restart. Remember, as we started out at the beginning of 2021, we had zero cruise ships sailing in the United States. We had a lot of questions as to when cruising was going to restart in the United States. But as we've made our way through 2021, as cruising has restarted in North America in the June timeframe, cruises from the U.S. in July, we have slowly progressed our way to where we almost have 100 cruise ships back in business. Now, of course, the next thing is to continue to get the rest of the fleet online and then to increase the capacity on those cruise ships. and slowly we get back to normal, back to, at least to a business model that is profitable for the cruise industry, which is what we need if we want to continue to be cruisers. We have to pull for the industry. Exciting times as we move into 2022. Of course, we continue to face challenges with the virus. The virus is not letting go, and so we continue to see challenges there. But again, all these are strong indications that investment in cruising is continuing. The cruise lines are continuing to bring cruise ships on board, and it's not a sign that they will be backing away from cruising, which is a positive. That transitions us into talking about the two big stories from Carnival Cruise Line. Before we get there, let me first quickly invite you to subscribe if you like staying up to date with everything that's going on in cruising. Please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. I'm going to give you cruise news, I'm going to give you all the cruise stuff. So really, this is your one-stop shop. Hit that subscribe button with the notification bell on. That way you are notified when all the new episodes come out. Thank you in advance. All right, so a big concern over the last week is the appearance of the new variant that was named last Friday by the World Health Organization, Omicron. I saw a lot of comments like, where does that come from? Is that the next Transformers movie, that kind of thing? They're naming these variants based on the Greek alphabet, and so Delta, there's a lot of space between Delta and Omicron, so that kind of tells you that as they're naming these variants, not all of them are rising to the attention that some of the other ones are. We had a whole run from Delta to Omicron, and now Omicron's getting some heat, getting some attention. Just read on the World Health Organization's website, they continue with their conversation that not enough is known to say whether this is more transmissible than Delta, that not enough is known to say whether or not it will be resistive to the vaccines. But what we've seen is countries throwing a lot of caution at it, restricting access into their country from some of the other countries that have it. But this thing's popping up everywhere. It's popping up, I'm sure it's everywhere. It's going to be interesting to see whether or not these, closing down the allowing travel in is even going to have any kind of effect. So the main thing that we continue to look at is what will be the transmissibility. Will it result in severe COVID? Will it be resistive to the vaccines? And then will it impact the businesses that we are following? But when it comes to cruising, our big question is, what will the cruise lines do? And we have John Heald, who is the brand ambassador for Carnival Cruise Line, just tackling it straight on, acknowledging the fact that he knows what Omicron is, and then laying out a little bit of the strategy from Carnival Cruise Line. Let's go over to his Facebook page, and we will look at this. Good morning, everyone from Hawksley, Essex in the UK. And I guess I have to admit, I never realized how close we were to Christmas until I heard the Christmas variant had been released. It's a good one this year with a lovely name, Omicron, which I initially thought was a robot from a new Transformers film with Megan Fox and her huge... Never mind. I'm not sure what John's talking about there. Anyways, 17.6 million Brits have been boosted, and flights from parts of Africa have been halted for now. And apart from mandatory mask wearing on public transportation and in shops, we carry on with our lives. As for Carnival, we will carry on cruising, fully motivated to continue to bring you the safest and most fun way to vacation in the world. And judging by the bookings for next year, it looks like you are ready for your dollop of fun. And for that, I say a massive thank you to you. I appreciate this message from John. Getting on with our lives, carrying on with our lives. We got to strike that balance there, right? Without being dismissive of the havoc and the tragedy that this virus has wrought over the last, 2 years. We do have to figure out a way to soldier on. I appreciate this message from John Heald, and really the approach that he talks about from Carnival here. Their strategy is, again, I don't think there's enough known about this, and I said this in the show the other day, I don't think there's enough known about it to really make any big lever pulls, and so I feel like most cruise lines will continue forward with their current plans until something disrupts those plans. And again, I'm hoping that the carry-on, striking the balance, cruises doing health and safety like no other business that we've seen in the country, in the world, really. And so this is where I hope they soldier on. So that's good news. Even though there's an acknowledgement of what could be a challenge, it's good news that the approach is to go forth and strike that balance between dealing with the challenge and continuing on with the business. And let me highlight this other post that John Heald made today, just a couple hours ago. This is also good news for Carnival cruisers. John says, as I mentioned in my video today, we will be extending the COVID testing facilities we have at our home ports through November for the entire month of December. If I may, I would like to kindly remind you of the following important points. All right, so if you don't know, Carnival has a last chance get a COVID test at the port if you're fully vaccinated and you can't get a test anywhere else. They have this set up for Galveston, Baltimore, New Orleans, Long Beach. They also have it for Miami, Port Canaveral, and Tampa. And so here's the deal, though. These tests are for vaccinated guests only. Appointments must be made online. There are no walk-in appointments. Please use the home port testing centers only if you've exhausted all other ways to get tested, such as test at your local pharmacy, monitored home test. This will be the most affordable way. Most likely, it will give you peace of mind knowing you already have your negative test result 48 hours before the fun starts. Please also note that any appointment made and not taken will not be refunded. The reason for this is that we've had people not show up and then ask for a refund, which in turn meant that people who wanted an appointment could not get them. So for December, there will be no refunds made. Thank you for understanding. Of course, one of the biggest stressors right now, how am I getting my test before I get to the cruise port? Carnival has a last effort there, a last line of getting tested if you can't get it anywhere else. It's expensive. I don't know what the price is, but I remember, I believe it's over $100, or it could be $100. Yeah, you're gonna pay up if you go to the cruise port to get tested. And I will continue to advocate for the home test. I did it for Carnival. I did it for Royal. I've done it for Princess, and it definitely works on those cruise lines. The big question that I have is once Norwegian switches over to no longer having testing at the port, which that happens on the 17th of January, I'll be interested to see if they adopt that home test, that eMed system. I'm sort of hoping they will, because it's a really easy way to get your COVID test done. So boom, there you go. Good cruise news for Carnival, exciting cruise news for Princess, and again, just a warning that as the new variant gets more talk about it, don't let the people that are saying the sky is falling worry you. There's not enough data out there for that to be the case. There's not enough true motion for that to be the case. And so I would reject it as you see it in your social media. I wouldn't even deal with it. But keep a clear mind, keep an eye on what's going on. But as for right now, cruising continues forward. 75 cruise ships in play in the United States. We're on our way to 100. What do you think about all this? Leave a comment below. Thank you so much for checking out the show today. If you want to know what the home test is like, I go through the whole process. Check out this video right here. Please show your support for the show by hitting the like button, or Santa Claus won't be able to find your house this Christmas. That would be bad. This is Tony with Lido, Loca, and until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido.